Hey everybody, this is Todd Galdi with Commerce Home Mortgage, and I am with a very good friend and top producing agent, Farnaz Murcray, and she's going to introduce herself in just a little bit, but I wanted to let everyone know I ordered her lunch at Bluefin, which is a sushi restaurant in Brentwood, and I've got the contact info below. She actually had to eat lunch, so here's a photograph of, of the lunch, because I had some appointments that interrupted the actual lunch hour. But anyways, thank you, Bluefin. And Farnaz, give like a 20-second review of the meal. How was it?
Fantastic. I wish you were here so I can share it with you, but Bluefin is one of my favorite, top 5 favorite restaurants here in Brentwood. I had the dancing spicy tuna, which is one of my favorite rolls. So
Awesome.
Highly recommend it, especially at these times, a great way to show our support for local businesses. So thank you for that.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. So, and DoorDash delivered. It was right on time. It was perfect. So yeah, so take time out to order dinner from Bluefin. It's a great restaurant. Farnaz, if you could introduce yourself, and the first part of this very short video is to talk about Brentwood and what a great opportunity it is for buyers. And you are a resident of Brentwood. You've been there for many years. Can you, first of all, introduce yourself and then share a little bit about the city that you love?
Sure. Farnaz Murcray with ReMax Accord. And yes, I've been living in Brentwood here for quite some time. We actually moved here, after getting married, we wanted to, change the pace and different scenery, and fell in love with Brentwood. It's a great city, offers a ton of amenities, restaurants, plenty of parks, and many miles of trails, which I'm a marathon runner, so I love being out in the trails. It's a great city. Prices are still affordable, relatively speaking to, the rest of the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. So it's a great town. One of the cool facts about Brentwood that I don't think a lot of people know is that the visual and performing arts are really well represented here in Brentwood. The city is actually home to the Brentwood Art Society, which sponsors the annual Art, Wine, and Jazz Festival, art, open studio tour, open mic nights, things like that. It has great school districts,
yes,
local wineries, so it's just a really well-rounded city.
Awesome. And it's actually not as far from San Francisco and the Tri-Valley as people think. It's
right.
Maybe an extra 20 minutes. I mean, it's really not. It's very, very close. And certainly for the value you get, I think it's a wonderful place for new buyers to consider. I want to segue really quick into what we're dealing with right now with COVID-19, with the epidemic that's going on, and some of the challenges that the real estate community has been facing. Can you just highlight for a minute some of the challenges that have been occurring because of that?
Yeah, well, the biggest challenge really from a consumer standpoint is not being able to physically go see a property in person. And I'm referring to owner occupied, which with the new sort of SIP, different phases of SIP being lifted, that's going to change going into the months ahead. So that was one of the challenges, not being able to meet with the clients face to face, but you overcome and you adapt. So we've been doing a lot of virtual tours, virtual open houses, Zoom meetings like we are today, for consultations and things like that. So I would say that's been one of the challenges from a real estate perspective, and find ways to overcome it.
Yep, exactly. And on the flip side of that, it has become a very good buyer's market. And I actually, the combination of the city of Brentwood being an economical, beautiful place to live, at the same time, the downturn of the market creating more of a buyer's market. Can you share about, some of the benefits right now for buyers because of, what we're going through?
Absolutely. And that's a great point. And, we've been in a seller's market for quite some time, and we're still are in a seller's market, but it's just sort of stabilizing itself from a perspective. There's more room to negotiate from a negotiating perspective. So as a buyer, now you're in a position that you can ask for, credits towards your closing costs or credit towards some repairs and things of that nature. There's definitely less competition from a buyer's perspective in the market. So, as opposed to dealing with multiple offers that we're used to seeing 5, 6, or even higher, we may have 2 or 3. So from that perspective is great. I wanted to point out, I ran some numbers this morning, and we had 11 new listings that hit the market here in Brentwood within the past 7 days. So despite the challenges, despite everything going on, homes are still selling.
Right.
These listings, that just to give you an idea, they range from 435,000 to 979,000.
Okay, that is great news. I did not know that people were actively listing their home. I mean, that's a great indication that people are willing to overcome the fear and continue living life.
Right.
And I think I want to conclude with one comment that you had made offline, and that is that there's an unusual anomaly right now because there's less competition with buyers, not because people don't want to buy, but because of the fear, right, of what's going on. And so for those buyers that are willing to overcome that fear, it's a great opportunity because there's less of them, right?
Absolutely. And just to piggyback on what you said is, I wanted to remind everyone that this is a temporary situation. So we're going to eventually, get through this and pick things back up to whatever that new normal is, for us. But it's temporary. Yeah. And also with, as I'm sure you can attest to this, with interest rates being as low as they are, of course, you wanted, take advantage of that opportunity and be ahead of the game.
Yep, exactly.
Before we have that surge of the flood of inventory that's going to hit the market once this thing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to happen once we get through this. So excellent. Well, hey, I know you've got another call to make. So we wanted to keep this short, but if you are looking in or around Brentwood, please give Farnaz a call. I've been working with her for a couple of years. The level of service is over the top. I mean, it's just incredible. So you cannot go wrong. Her contact info is here. And Farnaz, thank you so much for sharing this, you and your city. And I hope we can do this again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. Thank you again so much, Todd. And I appreciate your friendship, your professionalism, and level of service that you provide to my clients is beyond excellent. So thank you for everything. And
likewise.
Thank you, Bluefin.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Thank you, Bluefin. Everyone, have a great night.
All right. See you later.